What is going on, everyone? It is James, aka the Comic Raider. Oh my gosh, it has been a long time since I've done one of these, but we have a fresh out the movie theater review. If I was gonna come back, I mean, it had to be for one of the biggest movies of the year, if not the, again, for me, probably the most anticipated movie ever since I learned that this thing was happening. Marvel's been on a downturn, we all know it, and if anything was gonna, kind of revive that spark, so to speak, this was gonna be the movie. And, it was a franchise that's done very well outside of the MCU, and how was that gonna, play into it now moving into MCU and all that kind of stuff. So, obviously, talking about Deadpool Wolverine, and I didn't write anything down. I did not take notes during the movie, so this is just fresh off the dome, everything I can try to remember. Obviously, non-spoilers first. I know I haven't done a video for a while, so if you don't know the rules of my Raiders Rants, we do non-spoiler, then we'll get into spoiler. Non-spoiler, must watch. I'm going to even go as far as to say must watch in theaters. 100% must watch in theaters. This is the closest you're gonna get to that old school Marvel feel, and what I mean by that is like things happening during the movie, moments, goosebumps, audience applauding, audience going crazy, audience laughing, audience having a great time. That classic movie theater experience that we're always chasing and that Marvel used to do so good at delivering and giving us, you're gonna get that with this one. And it's been a long time since I've truly felt that. So this is a must watch in theaters. I did go see it in IMAX. I mean, obviously, yes, I'm gonna say to watch it in the best versions possible, whether that means going, I have one downtown that does a lot of the enhanced audio stuff. Regardless, even if you just watch it regular, just watch it in theaters. But yes, the better experience, the better I think of a time you'll have. Now, I mean, it's everything that you want it to be in a Deadpool Wolverine movie. Don't pay any attention to the whole, well, it used to be Fox and now it's Disney and Disney's this and Disney's that. It's Deadpool Wolverine. It is what we've come to expect. It's the same as it's been. Deadpool is the same as he has been. So I would not pay any attention to that. Don't pay any mind to that. It is a great, awesome film. Funny, like I said, just an amazing time. I'm trying to not do spoilers yet, so I mean, I will say, because this is non-spoiler, I was very cautious about trying to stay offline, trying to avoid trailers, all that kind of stuff. Even if you've seen things, okay? Even if you've seen trailers, even if you've had leaks kind of, or pictures of so-and-so popping up, don't pay that any attention either. The movie will still deliver for you. I promise you that. So, don't get down by things that you may have seen. They're going to do a great job still at making this a great movie. So, I mean, I guess I can't really say much more than that. I mean, story-wise, pretty simple story. Universes, multiverses, things like that. Obviously, you're aware of, Wolverine being in it. And, it gets into the why and, how this whole team up is going to play out. Action-wise, it's amazing. Fight scenes, funniness, just everything. It delivers on everything, and it is the typical Deadpool movie that we've come to expect. So that's about as non-spoiler as I can make it. Rating, if we're doing like a 5-star, 4.5, maybe. Again, number one, I'm fresh out of the theaters. I'm hype as hell. Number two, I tend to always probably give higher ratings than others. I tend to enjoy movies a lot. So I'm gonna say maybe like, yeah, 4.5 or so. If I'm gonna give it a rating on a CGC comic book grading scale, I don't know, 9.8, which I think is pretty accurate now, considering 9.9s and 10s are a lot more common. I'm gonna go Blue Label, or maybe no. I'm gonna go 9.8 Yellow Label, signature verified by Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my rate. That's my rating. So yeah, I mean, don't let me overhype it. Just, it was a great time for me. I thought it was a great time. Now, that is it for the non-spoilers. We are going to get into spoilers now. So, if this is the part where you have not watched this movie yet, this would be the part to come back, please. I would appreciate it. Come back after you've watched it and leave a comment. Let me know. So, spoilers. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give people enough time to leave. Okay. Spoiler wise, off the bat, right off the bat, the intro scene with cursing and Ryan Reynolds being that Deadpool that we have come to know and love, and the fight sequence that then occurs with the TVA, the gore. Shout out to the visual effects team on that movie, because I thought it was amazing, and especially in that first opening scene with the adamantium parts being thrown and displaying the people's names on it through that blood splatter, the use of that in the whole titles credits, just the choreography, and then of course absolutely hilarious In Sync, Bye him dancing, cutting to scenes of him dancing and emoting, as you would say nowadays, like during the middle of a fight. Just outstanding. The violence, the level of brutality, the level of creativity that was used during those kills. I mean, it made Wade Wilson look like a pretty dangerous man, let me tell you that. And that was just the perfect way to open this movie and say, okay, this is it's Disney. I think he even makes a comment like right off the bat about it, like, yeah, it's Disney, but this is not your typical Disney MCU movie. This is gonna be what are they doing now? Red, white, and black, or Max? Are they still doing the Max? I forgot, but the unrated director's cut, the red version of a Marvel comic. It was, so that's the opening sequence. Him digging up Logan, and just that whole scene is hilarious, and then brutal, and then jumping into leading us into the whole TVA taking him, the explanations that the TVA gives him of your world is being destroyed, blah 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 blah, or your universe is being destroyed, and this is what we have to do because this legacy, or they call it anchor character, died. Just, again, hilarious moments. I caught a few things. There's going to be so many things in this movie that I missed watching, probably. There's also going to be a ton of things that I missed during this review that I, that I caught when I watched it. I'm just going to forget to say it here, but so many great scenes. I'm a DC guy, to be honest. I know that may be a little shocking given the background and all that kind of stuff, but there's some DC over here. But I one of the things I caught on right away was the shot at The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and the whole Black Adam promoting that he used to do with the Black Adam movie, and the hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change. And he doesn't say exactly that, but he makes a comment about the power structure, power level, whatever. The power in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is about to change. So he makes a comment about it. And then, of course, the whole Marvel Jesus, and just hilarious. And then leading into, okay, we need to go get Logan, which then, of course, leads to the beginning of the cameos. outstanding cameos. Obviously, you start off with a hilarious one with the short, comic accurate version, and then to go from that to get Patch, which I saw from the trailer, but to get Patch, you get I obviously there's the big one, and then I'll just go ahead. So obviously the big one, the kind of one, Old Man Logan, amazing. Oh, the the X-Men comic of him being crucified, that was an intense scene. Old Man Logan was dope. And I'm sure there was a couple others. And then obviously the reveal of Henry Cavill as him was just awesome. And then his line about come over to Marvel, we'll treat you better than the guys down the street. And then if you notice when Cavill now goes to attack him, he does his fist load, little thing that he made famous in that Mission Impossible movie while he popped the claws, which was just perfect. I loved that. So all those cameos, that was great. That was perfect. And then, leading into finding the Logan that he's going to go with, which is I'll say our Logan, right? The 20th Century Fox Logan. And, but not, well, see, now I'm gonna have to go back and watch some stuff, because they make comments later, when she, pokes into his head, you're getting the no, maybe you don't. No, you don't. I was gonna say, you're getting the flashbacks of him talking about, being an X-Men and being on the team and whatnot, but you're not seeing that version. But I thought at some point you do see that version in his head, but I could be totally wrong, because now I'm thinking no, but Logan is the one that died. Well, no, because Logan is, I'm sorry, I am totally losing it here. Logan is Deadpool's, right? But then this would be a different Logan. I don't know. I'm obviously lost. But, yeah, anyways, the point being, he finds a Logan that has let down his universe, let the X-Men die, and, a very, very disgruntled alcoholic Logan. Awesome scenes there with them fighting, then eventually them getting to the Void, and then now the reintroduction of the whole Mad Max spoofing, hilarious. And then what we do see from the trailers, which is now you got Pyro and Sabretooth and all that, but and then the big scene of the, oh my god, Sabretooth and him are gonna fight, and then it just ends very quickly. That was hilarious, badass at the same time. Prior to that, obviously the reveal of Chris Evans, awesome. And to make it play like it's gonna be Cap, and then it ends up being the whole flame on. I mean, that was just so well done, so well done. And then I'm sorry, let me backtrack a second here. Even obviously you get, what I loved about this is how many different fights you got between Wolverine and Deadpool, which it wasn't just one and done. You get this huge fight there in the Void between the two of them, the whole let's effing go moment, and just badass seeing the two of them. Logan move in ways that we haven't really seen, the whole crawling like a real Wolverine kind of thing, just really outstanding and brutal. And then leading into the whole Mad Max thing, and then meeting Cassandra, which I gotta say, the Cassandra Nova character was amazing. The actress who played her did an outstanding job. The way that she, her emotions that she expressed with her face, she had that arrogance of I am super powerful, and I could just destroy you with a thought, with the blink of an eye, just having that swagger and that confidence of I could mess you up. So I'm very arrogant in my approach and in my demeanor, but there was a funniness, a realness to her at the same time. Great character, great character. And of course that whole scene and the flame on, and then seeing her powers and seeing her rip him to shreds, it was, oh man. But yeah, and then oh, there was the one Wolverine cameo where the Hulk came in. He was like, "Oh, you fought the Hulk in that costume," and then the Hulk, and the shout out to John Byrne, the reference that they did, and then yeah, and then oh, you fought the Hulk, and then the Hulk pops up. I don't know why I just randomly thought of that right now, but yeah, that was one of the cameos that we also got to see. So yeah, just great, 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 great. But anyways, yeah, you know, and then leading on to now them wandering around, then they find Calm Pool, Nice Pool, whatever he was, that the hilarious Ryan Reynolds version, and the dog, of course, hilarious with the tongue kissing and all that. And then that was just great. The Honda Odyssey, you know, completely crapping on the Honda Odyssey over and over again through the movie, and really pushing Kias. That was awesome, and I think then pretty much, you know, you get the Deadpool core reference, like, hey, this is, you know, they exist, and but then leading to the car ride, which then turns into, I'm gonna say I think a better scene, a better fight scene than the one in the originally in the Void, because it's like that whole creativity and being compact in that car, like a true survival moment, right? Like, and it comes fresh to my mind because I literally saw on X, Twitter today, there's a video going viral of a man in the UK who was like in a taxi, or like, you know, getting a ride share, and then he starts getting jumped and stabbed by multiple people in the back of this car, and he's trying to like stab them back, and it just brings a very, like, you're in a confined space being attacked, it is fight or flight. And so then, you know, I go see this movie and they're doing the exact same thing, stabbing each other, beating each other up in this confined space, this car. But the creativity to do it all in the car and go from the front to the back to the seatbelts to everything, just, oh man, so good. And you know, and then leading to the, I guess we're gonna get into the epic reveal now, and this is why I said, like, I kept saying, if you follow me on the low grades, you know, I've been saying that movies are doing a terrible job with trailers and just showing too much, and this was one that I wanted to avoid because I already felt like I saw enough, more than I wanted to see from the trailers. But I also kept saying, like, I really just hope that what we're getting is a small piece of the movie, and I think, in all honesty, they did a really good job. I still, from my understanding, I did not watch the last trailer, but I believe that's where you get the Lady Deadpool, and you also get the reveal of Daphne X-23 being in the movie. I could have done without that, I think, still. But, again, I didn't watch the trailer. I just saw people posting about it, and that's when I was like, nope, I'm getting off social media until I watch it. But, regardless, even with that, they still did a great job because they still left so much of the movie to still be discovered. And this is where we get into the whole, you know, I haven't felt like this since Spider-Man, you know, the last one with the whole Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, before that, you're talking Endgame and Infinity War. When you're getting into these type of crowd reactions, my theater, again, it's a packed, huge IMAX room, lost their shit at the reveal of First Elektra, which that one was kind of rumored. I was not 100% surprised. Blade, come on, to actually get that, and the whole, like, retired scene, and then they kind of make, like, jokes referencing the fact that they've been in, you know, the Blade movie together. Just, oh man, that character, I mean, come on now, like, that's the Blade that I know. I'm not too familiar with Blade outside of the movie, so it's like, that's my Blade. And so to get him back for that, to get him just badass, just his walkout was badass. Theater loses their mind. And then I think the biggest surprise is Remy LeBeau, great Gambit, man, and Channing Tatum just finally getting to play this character. I mean, what else is there to say? It was shocking, and to finally see that and get that on camera, and then the hilarious dialogue that occurs now in the conversation after that, from the just total, like, not understanding what the hell he's saying. I laughed at the scene of there was a couple lines for sure, like the line of uh, some of us are sent here at a certain point, blah blah blah. Elektra, I think, is saying that, and he says, and Gambit says like, I don't know, I feel like I was born here, because like his thing he never even got a movie. Like he was sent to the void before it even began. So the scene of like, oh, I think I was born here, hilarious given the context of that. I also really liked the whole, Punisher's gone, Daredevil's gone. He says sorry, and she's like, given their history, it was just great references. Great references. The dialogue just top notch, and then and then just skipping to now the final battle, and the fact that I was a little worried given the whole Sabretooth situation. Like, man, are we gonna get this big build up? But then I was like, no, you know what? Because like you got this moment in Deadpool 2, right? Like I think it was Deadpool 2, where the team up happens, and now it's like, okay, time to like everybody fight, everybody go all out. And so same thing, getting that whole team up. Oh, and of course X-23. I already mentioned her, but like X-23, outstanding character. Love Daphne Keene as her, and Logan. Love to see her take the role over. Although I gotta say, probably more minor in my opinion than the other three. Like I think she had a weaker role. Like I understand that she was the leader, and I think that was nice to kind of like put her up there with them. But like screen time wise, and I felt like she had a couple cool moments during the big fight, but I think they definitely allowed the others to get a little more shine. Maybe because you already know what she can bring to the table. That was just my personal experience on the first watch, and I'm fine with that, because so to get them like actually have this battle was insane, to see them all going. And I gotta say, I mean, obviously like Electric doing her thing was awesome. Getting to see Blade like seriously in action again. Oh, and then Gambit. Like Gambit got a ton of time, I felt, and I'm happy. Like I'm happy for Channing Tatum, a celebrity that I don't even know, that he got to like really do that. He got to experience that. He got to finally like be this character, and not just in a cameo, but like actually have screen time of him fighting, throwing the cards, using the staff. Just awesome, dude. Like it was really amazing to see that all happen. I also love and then I'm gonna get to that later. So and then of course you get the putting the Juggernaut on Cassandra and blah blah blah. Let's move forward. Getting to the wind down now of you have to stop her. The Deadpool Corps reveal, like the whole Deadpool Corps, was definitely a hilarious scene. All in all, so many parts. Yes, Blake Lively playing Lady Deadpool, so good. The baby, but like the whole monologue that he has real quick of multiverse and like let's just stop doing this. Oh, and then he also had another comment earlier to Wolverine when he first brought him to the TVA, where he was just like, welcome to the MCU. You're kind of joining at a little of a low point right now. That was hilarious. And then the whole like multiverse, like let's stop doing this. It's not working. It sucks. Take the L and move on. Like awesome. And then the fourth wall break with him and Compool or whatever. That was hilarious. The proposal, just it was awesome. And then a really cool badass scene of them just taking over all of them. And then the reveal of Peter and how legendary Peter is. Peter's a legend in every universe. Like that was just hilarious. And then of course leading to the really good moment of them having to sacrifice themselves, and the two character arcs of like, yeah, we're gonna sacrifice ourselves to save our universes. And it was just really good. Although I will say, I know that they mentioned like earlier in the movie they did the whole Thor thing where Thor was going to be there consoling Deadpool, and he was just like, oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I almost kind of thought like at some point Thor was going to come in there and kind of help him. but maybe they do come back to that later in another movie. We'll see. I do also like how they saved, he asked, not only did they save his universe, but they also asked, oh, we met some friends over there. Now, the only one that they reveal was X-23. So, assuming the others are still in the void or wherever it is that they're at, well, I think they're dead, technically, because that, what was it, Aelith, I think is the character, ate him up. Well, no, because X-23 would have been one of those there that got eaten. So yeah, getting X-23 reveal, assuming that, yeah, she's probably the only one that's going to sign on for future movies. I don't know that we'll see them again, the others, Elektra, Blade, and all them. But, oh, and then the comment from Blade about, like, being the only, which Punisher did you get that from? There's been so many of them. There's only been one Blade, like, and he's not wrong right now. Maybe one day that changes, but he is not wrong at the moment. So, it was just so good to see all that. And then to wrap it up, like, yes, to get the whole, okay, now we have him and Logan, and we have X-23 now here in this universe. Like, let's see what happens from here on out. Who knows? And then as far as end credits, I'm trying to keep this under 30, so I gotta wrap this up. And then as far as end credits go, you get the really awesome behind the scenes, with Green Day, behind the scenes of all the original X-Men movies, plus all the other Fox movies. That was really cool. And then I think after that, you get just the one. Ah, man, damn it. I know you get the last end credit, which is the whole, like, I keep getting blamed for killing Johnny. Let's rewind the tape. Awesome to see, like, Chris Evans do that. A lot of people know Chris Evans outside of Captain America, but a lot of people only know him from Captain America. So to see him, do something else and be that just raunchy character was pretty damn funny. So that was a great end scene. I am so blanking on if there was a middle one, but I'm guessing not. I don't know. I'm forgetting. If there was a middle one, sure, it was great. But yeah, otherwise, yes, the little behind the scenes going on of all the shoots was great. So yes, let's finish this up. Outstanding movie. Please let me know in the comments below, like, what you thought. No spoilers, though, because people are going to watch this that haven't seen it yet. So no spoilers, just, you thought it was great. You can also always hit me up on Instagram. We can talk about it. Because this is definitely one of those movies that I think gets people wanting to talk. Like, that's why I like doing these. I know I haven't done one in forever. That's kind of why I started doing these, is because when I watch these movies, like, I just want to I need to rant. I need to, like, talk about everything that I just saw. And if I don't have someone, my wife just watched it with me. So yes, we talk on the way home about, like, oh my God, this happened and that happened. But also, shout out, so I went with my dad and I went with my wife. And then I ran into my boy, Brian, Comic Web, Shadow Sip for the OGs, like, my man. It was good to see you. That was awesome to run into you there after the movie. But yeah, so go watch this damn thing. I'm probably gonna have to, no, not probably, I'm gonna watch this one more time for sure, like, just to, again, for me, I love going to the movies still because of the experience. It's not just seeing it on a big screen, seeing it with the audio. It's also the fan service, the experience of being with an audience. And again, these type of movies don't come around very often. You got to go back to Spider-Man, the last time I saw a crowd reaction like that, and then you got to go back to Endgame, the last time prior to that. So that's 3 in the last, like, what, 5 years maybe. So I definitely want to see this again, to have that crowd, especially now that all know what's coming. But to see the crowd react again is just going to be awesome. Plus, I'm sure there's lines I missed because everyone was laughing, so absolutely amazing. Deadpool Wolverine, great movie. Go watch it. Again, don't pay attention to the fact that it's Disney. Forget all that. This is your typical Deadpool. This is what we all wanted. The mask costume. Oh, man. Just what we all wanted in a Deadpool Wolverine movie. So, that's going to do it. Let's get out of here. I appreciate everyone who has stuck around with this channel. I'll try to make more content again. But until next time, man, stay safe. Thank you all for the support. Appreciate it as always. Comic Raider is out.